USA term 5, let's see what we can do now. Begin the next term. We're going to leave the cabinet as it is. It's absolutely fine. Attend a gay wedding, of course. Why wouldn't you? Okay, health, getting up there. GDP, unemployment still stubbornly high, but at least not rising. It just dropped bit by bit. Education maxed out. Poverty is very low, which is good. Luddite riots are still a risk. We need to try and look how we can do that. Budget's in good shape. Surplus is $78.47 billion. Morgan Harris, well-regarded food manufacturer, junk food tax. We can't cope. Well, we can't cope with obesity either. So, global economy is doing well. 96% popularity. Happy days. Gridlock, we're heading down again, which is good. Obesity starting to turn a corner. Respiratory diseases continues to head down. Might have to keep on hammering on that. Environmental protests, hopefully we can sort that. Bureaucracy, we're increasing massively. Pollution is dropping, which is good. Gig economy is still on the rise though, as the effect of disguised employment wanes. Competition law is balanced. We've already adapted that up. Work safety law is at medium. Mars program, retirement age, robotics research grants, pollution controls, government targets. You know, that's where it needs to be. Labour laws, pro-employer. I think we need to adjust these to try and tackle the gig economy, so let's balance these out, because these are quite popular with voters, most of them being workers. It will cost us $100 billion to go from being pro-employer to more balanced. They'll hammer down on the gig economy, wages will rise, productivity doesn't get as much of a boost, but it is already very high. The working week will reduce, well, it will reduce from the absolute high it is at the moment. Trade unionism will decrease. Yeah, let's go with it. 16 political capital. There we go. Let's see if we can sort the gig economy out. Housing expansion. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Let's relax planning laws a bit, because we need more homes. Government's popular at 91%, global economy is doing well, 51.31 billion surplus. If we look at our expenditure, the State Health Service is now the highest expenditure and rising. Debt interest continues to fall as we pay off the debt. Fantastic. Income tax, they kind of accepted it going up to 55%. Automation tax already at the max. Okay, we're not focusing on bureaucracy at the moment because of all the other problems we got. Respiratory disease is coming down. Corruption, next to nothing after it was rising for a long time, which is really good to see. Recreational Drugs Tax is at medium. Do we change the narcotics laws? DEA cost, if we go move it up to legalise LSD, will boost legal consumption more, but it will reduce it. Narcotics are popular with the voters apparently. Crime would increase slightly, but it's at all-time lows. Would increase our revenue, I would suspect, from the tax, which we might have to increase to combat other things, but let's experiment with it. Reduce the cost of the DEA. Yeah. Let's go with that. See where it leaves us. Currently, the Recreational Drugs Tax next us 13.24 billion. School shooting again. Oh my gosh. Access to firearms, lack of mental health service provision, but we are massively increasing state health funding, but we need to look at gun laws again, clearly. 99% of the vote, we're adding way more members again. loyal cabinet, we've got a small surplus, the economy's doing well. So, literally the expenditure on the state health service, which is nearly at max now, is eating all our surplus. But it is very popular. Gun laws. Gun laws. That's tasers. Where are... There's gun laws. We've not got enough power to increase them at the moment. They're not popular with voters, but it just might need to happen. It just might actually need to happen. Right, we're back after that brief interlude there. Firearms laws. We do want to change them, but we need to save up some more political capital. Now... So we're going to have to go forward again, which will allow us to see how much surplus we really have left, because the health funding should be at the max. Education, health, GDP, max. Controversial march. Okay, if the police have recommended it, let's ban it. I'm sorry. New major party donor. Well, hey, more money. Angry car salesman, car emissions limits. We need them to protect the environment. 98% in the polls. We've got a small surplus of 23.69 billion, so it's raised slightly, which is good. And we've added nearly 6 million new members. Fab. So, gun laws. Gun laws. Our expenditure on the state health service is pretty much where we set it to now. Respiratory disease is dropping. Obesity is dropping. Environmental protests still quite high, but in the right direction. Bureaucracy has increased. Pollution is decreasing a lot, which is good. And the gig economy is starting to turn down with the change to labour laws. So where are our gun controls? They're trying to hide these gun controls so that we can't actually do it. I am convinced. Where are they? Guns. Guns. Are they these tiny ones up there? No, that's the DEA. Ooh, let's have a look actually what's happened to Recreational Drugs Tax, getting an extra 5 billion a quarter in on that with our changes on the drug laws. Haha, here's the guns, you cannot thwart me. No automatics, let's go to license required, shall we? That seems like sensible. Okay, and then let's see if we can nudge it up again next turn. If we save up a bit of political capital, power lines. Okay, necessary to further increase renewable sources. Not building with an economic setback, let's build them. I'm sorry. We can replace them with underground layer. Compulsory work for the unemployed. Secretary of State of Commerce wants to spend more time with his family. Polls are optimistic, 98%. Got 26.10 billion surplus, which is alright. Be nice if it was higher, but at least we're not building up debt. We've nearly paid off like we're approaching a fifth of the debt, which is be nice if it was higher. Gun laws. Gun laws. I know they're trying to hide these from me, but go up to license required and minimum age. Popularity with voters is 0% on these changes, by the way, which is fab. But we need to stop these school shootings, don't we? So let's apply those changes. Let's see if we can nudge it up again. I think that's the minimum we should be at. Flash crash. Oh. 98% of the vote. If there's election tomorrow. 30.044 billion. Surplus. The economy's tanked a bit thanks to that flash crash. We'll have to look at automated traders. Tax, I would say. Firearms laws. Strict controls. I think strict controls is where we want to end up with. Oh, it's becoming more popular the more strict we get. Let's see if that continues after the massive decrease in popularity. So we're going to go with strict controls. Okay, it is leading to gun crime. We know that's happening with the school shootings that were happening, so We're going to do it. We're determined to force this through. A minister's gone. Probably a gun-owning one. Pollution. Environmental experts tell us the country's pollution problem is now under control. Citizens no longer need to wear face masks when cycling to work. It's been a long time coming and ongoing, so we're glad that's sorted. Gridlock has now eased. Okay, and average speeds now faster than snail's pace again, so commuters and motorists will relieve. This means learning to drive will no longer seem futile for our citizens. Hospital overcrowding, though, we are imminent on. Or the State Health Service is having a massive downward spike, and that hopefully resolving gridlock and pollution will help health demand go down. Import tariffs, I know, but we need them. 100% poll rating. 2 million more members. Donald Trump, I would give myself an A+. So would we, Donald. Well, not to you, but to us. Just to clarify. So, small surplus still. GDP's back up. Good. Debt's going down. Debt interest. Look at that State Health Service. That is making us proud. Might need to boost that more to prevent overcrowding. Gun laws. We could go for a total ban. Some countries allow virtually unrestricted ownership of any kind of firearm, whereas in others it's strictly controlled. Some people talk of the basic rights to defend yourself, others are concerned that gun ownership leads to more crime. If we ban them... Oh, but it could increase the illegal firearms trade, so I think we're at a kind of crossroads there. Let's do strict controls, yeah. Strict controls. Environmental protests going the right way. Gig economies bouncing up again. Obesity is on the down. Respiratory disease is on the down. We need to keep hammering away. Internet crime, stubbornly high. If we look at the police service, though, which I don't even think features in our top expenditures, which is probably a little bit ridiculous. Armed police, we spend a fortune on. Body cameras are at medium. Where's our normal police service, though? Where's our normal police service? Police force, we spend a low amount of money on. How about we boost that? If we spend the surplus on it, so if we raise it by 12 billion... Corruption down, unemployment down, state employees up, conservatives up, violent crime down, it's almost non-existent anyway. Body cameras will cost a lot more, but... Okay, so let's massively increase funding on the police force, I would say. For political capital, quite easy for us to do. Do we really need armed police? It's not even popular with the voters. Can't cancel it at the moment, but we could redirect that. Simplify it. Body cameras, medium. If we put that up to maximum, it'll only cost us $500 million, but reduce corruption, reduce racial tension. Liberals will be happy, and it's popular with the voters, so, you know, let's go with it. And legal aid is really popular. Prisoner tagging is low. There are unexplained welfares. Witness protection programs medium at the moment. It's kind of 50-50 in its popularity. DEA funding for it's quite low. So it's only having a tiny effect. Body cameras we've increased. CCTV cameras we increased a couple of terms ago. Community policing is now at the max. Going to like policing by consent. Okay, let's see where we're at with that. We need a new Chancellor though. Step up here, Heather Chavez. Gay adoption, support it, absolutely. Economists warn that your increased dependence on rare earth metals is leading to shortages in supply. We need green electronics, don't we? We've got a small surplus of 9.31 billion. We're 100% popular. But now that we're massively overhauled the police, and police are not popular with voters at all, we can get those same effects by actually funding the police force properly. So let's cancel it. 27. Armed police are gone. Natalie Chavez is already not happy. We've only just appointed you, I think, didn't we? Or are you the one that's been resigning for ages? I can't remember. We've lost a Minister of Public Health and Human Services. Elijah Turner, step up. Foreign neighbour nuclear test, not good. 100% of the vote. Small deficit, which we need to address at some stage. We're back in deficit for the first time in a long time. So we do need to get a grip on that so that this doesn't become a major spend for us. We need green electronics economy. Green electronics initiative. Need 23, so we'll need some more political capital, so let's leave it a turn. People smuggling. It's not their fault, so let's allow them to stay. We are compassionate. Technological advantage has ended because we're being outclassed by other countries. Hospital overcrowding is now a problem we're going to have to address. Shocking state of our armed forces. I'm sorry, John Myers. 99% approval. Small deficit of 30 billion that we need to address at some stage. We don't want to get in problems with that again, but economy, green electronics initiatives. We need this, even though it's not that popular, to force down those rare earth metal prices. Good. And whilst we're here, we do want to try and sort this deficit out a bit. Recreational Drugs Tax. The changes in drug laws helped make drugs more popular, so let's make sure we keep this in check and double our income from it as well. Let's have youth, poor, don't like it, poverty will increase, but legal drug consumption will decrease. Voters aren't happy with it, but let's do it. Sales tax we can't touch. Capital gains tax is an interesting one. We could take it from 33 billion to 52 billion by going from 19% to around 32%. It's like an extra 20 billion. Would have a slight negative impact on GDP, but you know, it might be worth that small hit. The wealthy won't like it. It's not popular with voters, but it helps ensure the tax burden is fairly shared, so let's do it. So we want to get that government borrowing away again. Positive discrimination. We can't fight discrimination with discrimination, I agree. But to be fair, high productivity is at an end, obesity is at an end, which is a good thing though. Poll rate at 99%, we've got a small deficit of 5.6 billion. Okay, still need to kind of address that. Hospital overcrowding. Do we bite the bullet and spend more on the state health service, which is costing us a lot more, to combat hospital overcrowding? It's getting even more popular with voters now. Another 40 odd billion would max that out and kill off private healthcare, reduce poverty massively, reduce hospital overcrowding, reduce unemployment. Let's do it. Let's max it out. Property tax is quite low. Does help reduce the generational income gap though. Recreational Drugs Tax is making a lot more money now. Do we boost tax? Inheritance tax is really low, isn't it? Doesn't make us an awful lot and it's not very popular. Tobacco tax we could increase. Payroll tax, not that popular again. Fuels the gig economy a bit. Property tax does help reduce the generational wealth gap though, so we could get an extra 10 billion of income and it's still not exorbitantly high there. So we can get it up to 22%. Let's do it. Ministerial resignation? Not again. Foreign policy, Secretary of State. Jordan Ramirez, step up. Dubious role model. Oh dear. Well, we should obviously get rid of them. Global economies in recession, 98% of the vote. We've got a minor budget deficit. Global economy's tanking, which isn't helping us. But it is still comparatively a low deficit compared to previously. How are we doing with hospital overcrowding? It's going down. Respiratory disease is on the way down. Homes tax. We could do with a carbon tax, to be honest, to help. Financial transactions tax to graduate tax is quite popular. Financial transactions tax or a carbon tax might help. Stem cell research would help boost health and technology, so that might be worth having a look at. We need 44. Can we get up to 44 for it? Rewrite history books? No, leave them alone, just write new ones. Then we've got a broad view, haven't we? Cyclones. We're hovering around. Car manufacturer. Oh no, food manufacturer, junk food tax, not happy with it. Yeah, we've got an obesity problem though. Small deficit of 36.94 billion, 98% of the vote would get. We're up to 36, can we get it higher? Can we get it higher for stem cell research? Let's see. Yes, we're going to attend the play. We are liberals, 98% of the vote. Global economy's in deep recession. We've got 52.86 billion deficit. It's not helping. We're stuck on 36, so we need more for that. Ban women driving. 8% in favour of it. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Toll roads would reduce congestion, but that is now not a problem. Ban private education. Ban private healthcare. Ban foreign church. Really want to go around banning anything. Organ donation would increase health and lifespan. It's not at all popular. Religious won't like it, but let's help people with presumed consent. A bit like the new system we have in the UK, so why not? Firearms. Do we ban them once and for all? Would cause crime to rise a bit, potentially. But parents would really like it. Liberals and patriots less so. Only an extra 4%, let's do it. Let's stop these shootings. National sports star gagged. Probably because our foreign relations is quite bad. Campaign speeches, 98% of the vote. Nearly 200 million membership. Small deficit, which people aren't that bothered about. Where is... What's this? Oh, right to die, yeah. Police force is now fully funded and 100% popular with voters. Well, that's good. Narcotics laws, we could legalise heroin. And it's very popular with the voters. Reduce the cost of the DEA. Let's see where we go with that, I guess. Bit radical, but popular. We'll see what happens. Baking gay cakes. Support the same-sex couple. If you operate a business, you've got to be fair. Internet crime has fallen dramatically, no longer a major concern. Fantastic. Egalitarian society. We're all understanding each other better again. We've got that back. Fantastic. I'll vote for the Democrats until the day I die because of the organ donation policy. It's increasing health. 99% poll report. Global economy is still in deep recession. We've still got a deficit that we really need to tackle. But things are going in the right direction. We've banned guns. Guns are gone. No more of those horrendous shootings, hopefully now. Bureaucracy, we're not doing good at reducing that at all. Rare earth metal crisis though is nearly over. Gig economy is heading down. Environmental protests are heading down. Hospital overcrowding is heading down. We do want to be able to do stem cell research, that would really help. We've maxed out state health. Capital gains is at 32%. Recreational drugs tax is at maximum. We probably want to leave it about here, to be honest. No, I don't want to promise anything. Right, so it's election day. Okay, we've made some radical changes there. Guns are now banned in America, so hopefully that stops all the shootings we've been seeing. But will the electorate buy into it? Let's see. 42.9% activist boost seems similar to last time. 160 million spending boost seems similar to last time. Let's see where we're at. Fab. Our popularity is back up to the peak where we're at. 92% of the vote again. 351 million. So our population is massively increasing. Republicans are back down to around 5%. Smaller parties growing but not significant, and only a quarter not voting now, so we've convinced some no voters to start voting again, which is amazing. We've returned to being majority popular with nearly all groups again, apart from Conservatives and trade unions, which is slightly below. Lifespan is up 81%. Private healthcare has been obliterated. Crime's still down. Electric cars are becoming a thing. Legal drug consumption has rallied this term with our changes there. Oil demand and price has plummeted. CO2 emissions plummeted. Health is up. GDP still up. International trade is still down. Probably have to do something about that. Corruption down massively. Tourism is up a quarter, which is great. Generational wealth gap down a quarter, which we're tackling. Working weeks dropped a fifth, which is great. Unemployment down a fifth. Rare earth metal prices were reining back in thanks to the Green Electronics Initiative. Do you know what? This is pretty positive again, I would say. Austin Jimenez is our most fanatical supporter, and Angela Brown our biggest detractor, but still 50% approve, which is good. We've hovered around down near the bottom here. It says we're becoming less capitalist and less liberal by the end of term 5, but only by a few percent each. So that's where we're at the end of term 5 in America. So we've banned guns. That was the major policy, and the public have accepted it. So let's see where we go in term 6 in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Democracy 4 videos. We'll see you soon. Bye.